Continue. It says Sullivan described alleged NASA conditioning called Father Time training, which involved real or imaginary dimensional travel. Sullivan says that NASA specialized in time folding and going back in time, at least in our minds. Children involved in these programs read Madeline L. Ingalls juvenile science fiction books, including A Wrinkle in Time about dimensional traveling children. Sullivan believes NASA is trying to find ways to explore alternate dimensions in that kind of program, and that this kind of program really messed up my head. By 1991, interestingly, before Dr. Hammett's voicing of his own discoveries about mind control, as confirmed by data drawings that she has sent the author, Sullivan had come to the conclusion that there were 5 principal mind control programming systems closely paralleling the system that Hammett later described. Another form of verification that is important to me, she states, is that I was remembering and diagramming my programming. Alpha, beta, theta, and Omicron back in the summer of 1991, years before anyone else came forward and exposed that stuff. When I received independent verification that the programs exist and that they are used the way I had remembered, I was very depressed and upset. I wanted this stuff to be fantasy. It says alpha, she says, is basic programming. Beta, also referred to as Barbie, this type of programming, and is sexual. Delta is military programming, including loyalty and submission. Theta programming is also called psychic killers and involves the programming of mental energy and telepathic killing and to influence events. She also performed remote viewing, which may have been a subset of the kind of programming. Omicron, she says, was special programming for mind control programs run by the mafia. She has detailed a number of programming techniques that she believes are used, including electroshock to the head and spine, and neck choker to shock her throat, and the injection of drugs related to South American drug courier that would paralyze her so that she could not move but could still think and feel. According to Sullivan, one technique that her father specialized in was shell programming, which she alleges took place at or near Georgia Technical University. Their children were programmed to split personalities by being placed into large papier-mâché shells where gallons of bugs were poured on them. Sometimes the children went catatonic, which Sullivan indicates was not an acceptable outcome, and used as code and the numerals 3, 2, and 1 all had to do with CIA activities. The numeral 0 specified an active case or agent. Naomi was a code used to specify biochemical projects, while Birdcage indicated a location where biochemical weapons were kept. Sullivan recalls that mind control subjects were frequently programmed through music, including chords, sequences of any other type, but also Pink Floyd. Music by the Beatles was used more than any other type, but also Pink Floyd used the NASA time program, and The Who, especially portions of rock opera Tommy. Movies were also used as programming devices, with the most common being The Wizard of Oz and Disney's Alice in Wonderland. Some of the designations for projects that she remembered participating in or was aware of was Sea-Base or Sea-Base, Goldilocks, Massacre, Sandstone, Royal India, Marigold, Z-Bomb, Top Hat, Messiah, Overlord, Fire and Ice, Delta Blue, Deep Blue, Blowfish, Code, Failsafe was a system for creating amnesia and mind control victims. One computer system was referred to as Brandon. Gold Star Operation System and Mongoose were supposedly a brainchild of George Bush, and Link is apparently a liaison operation between NSA and NASA. Centipede is an information compartmentalization system in the CIA and the National Security Agency. A mind control program that created an entire fantasy world in a person's mind was called Heaven's Gate. Mensa, not connected to the organization of the same title, was a program for using genius IQ, mind control victims, in think tanks. Pax Romania and the plan were Aryan-related code names. Project Armageddon had to do with war games in preparation for World War III, with the keys of Solomon providing code information for the Armageddon scenario. According to Sullivan, the CIA and the KGB have been working together for many years. Slovakia. With close trading taking place in Russia while at the same time being in competition. KGB codes including dark chocolate, Sasha, Mink, and Ermine, and CIA numerical code -1, -2, and -3 refer to the KGB. Sullivan remembered that there was a location near Dallas where a full-size UFO equipped with a hydraulic lift had been transported to or constructed in an alarm room. Her understanding is that the government UFOs were based on World War II German technology, and that there are several UFO bases that are currently in operation, including one in the Himalayas and another at the underwater base near Hawaii. Says inside the UFO were people that looked like aliens, and this UFO prop was used to make people think that they had been abducted by extraterrestrials. And I can believe that, because the chariots are totally different from these man-made UFOs. Like when you got the Roswell thing, like that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, a chariot is not gonna crash land. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta remember. Like, I remember reading a book years back. I forgot who wrote it, but you gotta remember. Like the elders always bring out, the men of Teman. Those are like Teman was a provenance of the Edomites, of Edom, and like your top scientists of those, Edomites are the Teman or Salakia, or basically they were considered it. That's why, like, basically when Hitler got brought out of power, and you had Operation Paperclip. I forgot what the name of the operation was. How Russia took the Germans, but they smuggled it. They show you how full of shit they are, though. You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing was to call themselves getting them out of power, but then like, if you ever seen that movie Inglourious Basterds, you know what I mean? With certain men, they got passes. They show you in that movie how Brad Pitt marked him up, but yet still he kept his life. But basically, those scientists were allowed to basically escape their judgment, prison and everything, because of the knowledge that they had. Hitler had them doing some shit, and they show you technology. I forgot what the name of the book was I had, but it showed you they was developing saucers back then. They they was doing some shit. I can't come to bring up any examples of anything right per se. But I think he was trying to. Hitler was like he gave them basically license to actually start trying to basically deal with genetics back then. That's why they was calling themselves like the pure race, and would call themselves not breeding with different nationalities and whatnot. But it goes beyond all that. But yeah, Hitler's those German scientists, they were creating all kind of shit, and that's why they got a pass into Russia and America, and that's where a lot of the technology that you got today stems from, It says Sullivan claims to have met several of the children, including one young boy who spoke English and was referred to as trilateral language containing lots of clicks. It says Sullivan believes that the purpose of faking UFOs and aliens is to prepare the people of the world to believe in aliens. So Salakia, she explains that she has heard discussions about the possibility of a fake UFO invasion that would psychologically decimate the populace so that they would gladly submit to total control. Says she says she also has heard other plans for initiating a new world order, including using Christian evangelists to push belief in the tribulation or last days of the earth. I'm gonna end it on that. Bear with me for a second, because I got a scripture I want to bring up. I'm gonna end it on his chapter, Job 20, because basically, just like with all that's coming about and what all this devil has and what he's about to do, because the man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, we see this devil and the moves he's trying to make. It's like a big chessboard, but at the end of the day, that's the thing. The elect fate is sealed, just like the wicked's fate is sealed. This is the book of Job, chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, which is, Yasharallah of Israel, because he hath violently taken away a house which he built not. I mean, he took pretty much everything that we have had at one point in time, and we just in complete subjection to this man. You got people that think they free to show you how stupid they is. I was just arguing with a dumbass guy. He talking about how he believes he free. He believes he free. I say, if you so free, he talking about he doesn't have to walk down the street with ID. I say, man, it's a right. I mean, by law, you got to have some kind of ID. Otherwise, they can detain you. If they stop you, they detain you right there. Just that's Jake for you. You want to be a smart ass nigga, but you a stupid ass nigga for making that comment. Because at the end of the day, if once your parents signed you to get the birth certificate, you was property of them. Period. You know what I mean? That's why you need that birth certificate to get the fucking ID that you gotta have. Anyhow, that's why sometimes I don't like talking to Jake. Somebody told a 2/3 nigga told me I talked too much. That's funny. I laughed at it to a certain extent. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. So basically, just like with him trying to bring this new world order to fruition. You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna come to fruition. Like it's gonna look like it. Like he might. And what really pisses you off is how many our people is involved in that shit. That show you how like carnal majority of our people. That's why it's good for them to get fucked up over here. So like it says in the book of Luke, woe to them that are rich, for you receive your consolation. You sold your soul on this side. And I was watching the elder do that video about a lot of these entertainers aren't even happy. They sick with it. They, what I mean? Like they show Bow Wow, he's stressed the fuck out. You know what I mean? And he probably got all kind of demons on him. That's why they show you some of the videos of him acting effeminate. You gotta remember, Snoop brought him into the game when he was like 7 or 8. That dude, like damn near like what, 5 years, 10 years younger than me. That dude probably had all kind of penises up his rectum. You know what I'm saying? And people might laugh at it and whatnot. But that shit the truth though. You selling your soul is selling your hoe. You know what I'm saying? And shit, the women do some worse shit for real. Not only do they get subjected, they might get banged out by 3, 4 different guys. Then might have to have an animal fuck them. Then they still gotta fuck with a female. Listen, shit is more crack. It ain't cracked up like you think it. It says, verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be laid So like in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be his strength. Every head of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Salaki, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. So at the end of the day, that's the scripture that's proven, yeah, he's going to enact it, he's going to establish it to a certain extent. It's already pretty much in place in a lot of places. You know what I mean? Like you got a Switzerland, you got the mark of the beast. You got in India, you got the mark of the beast. You got in China, you got the mark of the beast. You got Akon faggot ass talking about doing a Wakanda in Africa. I can't stand that nigga. It made me want to curse him so fucking bad, but I know that's the will of Yahweh. Y'all shot. But all you waiting for is, what do you think the whole point of this 5G network is? What the fuck? And like I said, through the spirit, it led me to go look up, Uber and all that shit. I'm like, man, what? And Lord and behold, that's all on the 5G. That's how they know. And then you can look at your phone and see, okay, the Uber come to get you. And that's how they know where the fuck you at. They can use, so that's what I say. Like in that day, that's why you're supposed to eat the scroll. Because in that day, if you use that phone, like I say, all that, you ain't gonna be able to take that phone with you. They ain't tracking you, dude. Like the fuck. So I will end the lesson there. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory, call, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Waha, Rachakadas, Wakathab, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Aki around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, richly their lives with the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwa, to the Aki out there listening and learning. Lord willing, was an edifying video. Shalom to the scattered Israelite foreigners in the land of the heathens, looking like the heathens that subscribe and believe it is truth. To you, I say shalom. And to all the sincere Aki, I'm just trying to do the work and the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Keep pushing. Of course, it's about to get harder through the spirit. Certain brothers already knew that. And the Most High is lead brothers that ain't aware, he kind of directed their steps. Or some brothers. So with that, may the Most High, may not take the spirit away from me. And with that, I want to say shalom, shalom, and a ball, shalom.